There are times in our national story when the news unsettles the heart. Today is such a moment. We have learned that a former agent of the Drug Enforcement Administration, a man trusted to guard the law, has been sentenced for corruption. Some feel shock. Some may feel anger. Others perhaps grow weary and wonder if justice stands at all. But I tell you, history has seen this before. Not all news is black and white. The Republic can be shaken, but she is not so easily broken. Let us not meet this with outrage or despair. Let us instead seek calm, reason, and the steady light of truth. Now let us lay out, plain and simple, what happened. Picture a row of courthouse steps at mid-morning. Reporters stand ready. A few bystanders gather, hushed and waiting. A man, Joseph Bongiovanni, once wore the badge of a federal agent. For years, folks trusted him to uphold the law. But the law's guardians are also but men. This man, found guilty in a court of law, took bribes from those suspected of dealing in crime. Prosecutors argued he used his power to shield wrongdoers. They said he blocked the fair pursuit of justice. The court listened, weighed, and then decided. He is sentenced now to 3 years in prison, a punishment far shorter than some folks called for. The story, though, does not end at the courthouse door. Think of a family in a quiet living room, evening news on the TV. Their faces are troubled, not angry, just tired. They want to believe someone is looking out for them. But tonight, their trust has been shaken. Corruption wounds more than legal codes. It wounds trust, the thread that binds neighbor to neighbor and people to country. Some may say, if the guardians fail, who can we trust? Here is where we must pause and think deeper. The law is not a single man, nor even a single office. The law is a covenant we keep with each other. No badge is above it, and no one too small to deserve its protection. Imagine a busy main street at sunrise, shops just opening, a flag stirring in the breeze, a police car parked by the curb. Most days pass in calm. Order feels plain and simple, until a story like this shakes us awake. Should we let such news turn us against every badge, every servant, every neighbor? No, I say. America's strength is her unity. This is not the first time a guardian has stumbled, nor will it be the last. But this is not cause to surrender our faith. Justice, though slow and imperfect, still answered. The wrong was brought to light. The court passed sentence, and the law still stands. Think of a judge in a plain black robe, reading out the sentence, voice steady in a silent hall. There is no joy in such moments, only duty. We should not wish for vengeance, but for restoration. The easy thing would be to scorn all who serve. The harder, nobler thing is to remember, for every one man who breaks trust, thousands keep it still. Walk with me in your mind to a small police station after sunset. An old flag hangs in the window. One officer flips off the lights, checks the door, and walks into the cool night, all without fanfare. That is where trust quietly lives. A republic, you see, depends not only on laws, but on the hearts of those who keep them. Integrity is not an ornament. It is as vital as breath. We have a choice again and again. Will we answer wrong with cynicism or with duty? Will we meet darkness with a candle, small but steadfast? Let me share a story as old as America. Imagine a neighbor's fence has broken and the cows are loose. One man blames his neighbor. Another grabs a hammer and helps fix the fence, injury and all. Both see the same trouble, but only one answers with honest work. That is the call before us now, not to shout, not to blame all, but to repair the fence and to keep watch. The story of one agent does not write the fate of a nation. Each new day, the Republic learns again to hold fast to what is right. The truth, simple and hard, is that the work of justice never ends. It is built, day by day, by many hands. Picture a teacher in a school gym, empty now except for a few chairs, sorting voting slips after an election. No audience, no speeches, only careful duty. This is what sustains a free people, small acts done in quiet faith. When public trust is shaken, we do not hide from it. We face it, speak it, and ask how to make things better. So let us consider, what is at stake in moments like this? Trust, yes, but also our own resolve. The easy way is to stand back and say the system is lost. But America asks more of her citizens than easy words. Think of friends gathered on a back porch as the day ends, talking low about the news. They wonder, is justice still possible? Should we still care? My answer is plain. We must care. The law is not a thing apart from us. It is the neighbor who helps, the voter who reads, the officer who says no when temptation knocks. Not all news is black and white. Even as one story brings sorrow, others can bring hope. Each citizen, in small deeds, choosing honesty, looking out for another, reminds the nation who she is. Recall the old promise. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. It rests not on single acts, but 1,000 choices, honest and unseen. Picture a mother setting a dinner table late, her children asking questions about right and wrong. She does not dodge their doubts. She listens. She tells them, most folks are good, but even when someone does wrong, we must do right. In that small talk, the Republic's heart still beats. Now is not the time for despair. It is the time for conscience. This country has weathered worse storms, each time, because enough people held to duty, to hope, and to law. If you pass an old flag waving in the cool wind, think of what it has seen. Disappointment, yes, but also courage and repair. That flag still stands because, time and again, Americans choose to do so. So I say to you, the Republic can be saved. Not by outrage, not by scorn for the many because of the few, but by simple resolve to do what is right, whether seen or unseen. Today, you may feel shaken, but do not grow cold or weary. Each citizen, by truth, by patience, by courage, helps restore the whole house anew. As we part, I leave you with this. When doubt creeps in, when news dismays, ask yourself, what kind of country do I help build today by my own quiet choices? For history has seen this before, and it teaches us still. America's strength is her unity. Now I ask you, what will you choose to restore and what trust will you keep for those who come after? Let us walk a little further together in thought. Picture a modest diner early in the morning. The air is filled with the smell of coffee and the low hum of voices. Two old friends sit in a corner booth, talking in calm tones. Their lives have seen many changes, but they both agree. Honor is easy to say and hard to live. The story on the front page unsettles them, but it does not break their faith in each other. This is the slow, honest work of keeping a nation whole. To lose faith at each hard turn is to give away something only we can protect. A republic is not kept by force or fear, but by the trust of millions, renewed in small acts each day. Some say one act of corruption spoils the barrel. But history does not teach such quick despair. Every generation faces moments when shadows fall upon public life. Each time, honest people step forward, brush off the dust, and keep building. Think of a volunteer sweeping the steps outside City Hall before sunrise. No crowd, no camera, only duty known quietly in the heart. Let each of us take from this story not a lesson in suspicion, but in vigilance, not in bitterness, but in belonging. When wrongdoing is found, the true test is not how we feel, but what we do next. Do we demand vengeance, or do we seek to restore what was lost? Justice was not made for the mighty alone. It was made to comfort the fearful, defend the innocent, and remind the proud that all stand equal in the eyes of the law. So let us speak plainly about justice. True justice is both strong and humble. It listens before it judges. It acts without hate. And when it stumbles, it stands up again, mends what is broken, and carries on with its work. History has seen worse storms than this. There have been days when the whole sky seemed black above and hope felt far away. But always, somewhere, someone kept faith alive. Imagine a school hallway just after the bell rings, children's laughter echoing down the bright corridor. Every face is the hope of tomorrow. What adults choose to do in hard moments becomes the lesson those children carry into the world. If we answer darkness with darkness, then hope withers. But if we answer with light, however small, then hope passes on. So, what can an ordinary person do in the face of news that wounds the spirit? Let us return to a quiet evening at home. The TV news is over, but the conversation lingers. A father puts away the dishes. A mother tucks in her child. The room is warm. The world feels smaller. They talk about right and wrong, honest work, and shared duty. It is in these unremarkable moments that a nation remembers who she is. Not every citizen is asked to write laws, or judge disputes, or wear the uniform of service. But every citizen is called to honesty, to fairness, to the care of each other. Suppose we meet a neighbor on the sidewalk and speak not of distrust, but of our hopes for the town we share. Suppose we vote not in anger, but in thoughtfulness. Suppose we thank those who serve well, and call gently for better when they do not. Picture the line outside a polling station on a cool November morning. People of many ages, colors, and creeds stand with patient resolve. Some clutch coffee cups, others hold the hand of a child. No king orders them here. They come for each other, for the promise of a fair shake and a future decided in peace. This is the foundation that outlasts every storm. The story of Joseph Bongiovanni reminds us that trust is fragile. It must be watched, guarded, and repaired as needed. It is easy to overlook the millions who serve with honor when one story casts a shadow. But fairness calls us to remember, no tree is condemned for a single withered branch. A forest grows by the care of each rooted life. Imagine now the quiet work of those who investigate the investigators, who look into the cracks and shine a light where many would rather not look. Their task is thankless, their hours long, and their reward often only the knowledge of duty done. They too are keepers of the Republic. Let us not turn our face away from fault, but neither should we turn our hearts from hope. Suppose for every story of failure we tell 3 stories of renewal. Suppose for every headline that brings doubt we share a memory of trust restored. Picture an immigrant family in a crowded waiting room. They wait hours for the chance to sign a paper, to take an oath, to become a thread in this nation's grand tapestry. Their faith is not naive. It is a kind of courage, born from the belief that honest effort still matters here. They remind us, even if we forget for a moment, that belonging comes from caring, not from anger or scorn. Let us return to those courthouse steps. The reporters have gone home. The building is silent beneath the evening stars. A passing patrol car slows, headlights sweeping across locked doors and empty benches. The watch is kept, not by force, but by steady will. The Republic stands because neighbors watch over neighbors, because citizens watch over the state, and because hope endures in quiet hearts. Now, some may ask, is 3 years enough punishment for trust broken? Should the law strike harder or show mercy? These are hard questions, fit for honest debate. The work of justice is never finished, because human hearts are never finished growing. Let us strive for a kind of justice that teaches as it corrects, and that binds wounds even as it sets wrongs right. Imagine a judge late at night, his chambers lit by a single lamp, pondering the weight of a verdict. He is not eager for power, nor careless with duty. He knows each choice echoes down the halls of time. We too are judges, in our homes, at our workplaces, in our daily dealings. Each small act is a verdict on the kind of world we build. So let us judge gently, but with resolve. Let us answer lack with laughter, pain with patience, error with wisdom, and darkness with even the faintest spark of light. Let us pledge again, not in anger, but in seriousness, that this Republic will be kept by ordinary people, each doing their bit, each forgiving when possible, each standing watch when needed. As you go about your day, remember, the headlines will change, but the work of hope goes on. Every handshake, every fair bargain, every honest word is a vote cast for the future. Picture dusk falling over a town square, flags at half-staff, but lights still shining in the windows. The day's work is over. The Republic's work never is. Let us be found faithful, slow to anger, quick to mend, honest in confusion, hopeful despite the storm. Let us be found faithful, slow to anger, quick to mend, honest in confusion, hopeful despite the storm. I leave you once more with the question the years have always asked. When the news is bitter and the task is hard, will you do your part to keep the lamp of trust burning for those who walk after you? For it is not outrage that remakes a nation, but steady hands and patient hearts, each believing, against the odds, that the Republic can be saved.